Hello, sir. Good morning.
Yes, Praveen, please. Good morning. I think
Yes, sir.
yes. So,
So,
this is one request to you. Please join after 5 to 10 minutes in 11:40 if you able to join because we have to discuss some other thing here. Then we will start this YNOS one.
okay, sir. So I'll disconnect and then I'll join
Yeah,
at
yeah, yeah.
11:40.
Exact 10 minutes, but 11:40, please.
Sure, sir. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Good morning, Kansha.
Uh, yes, sir. Good morning.
Ready to start?
Please, we will wait 4 to 3 minutes. 11:33, we will start this session.
Okay. No, start at 11:35, no
Yes.
problem. So
Yes.
I see in the meantime, who's from YNOS side?
Yeah, he's the Praveen, but I requested him already. Please join after 5 minutes because I
Okay,
have to
okay,
explain the event and the traction one. So that's why he will join after 5 minutes.
okay, okay.
Okay. Okay. बोलो.
मुझे भी देखना
Can we have a quick round of introduction? In the meantime, I see some new names like Abhishek and Archie Prajapati, Chintan, of course, Neerav Chauhan, we know,
Yes, yes.
Swara Shah, श्रेया महेश्वरी, शिवांगी तो अपनी सूरत वाली होगी,
जी, right.
निमेश पिठवा होगा, हाँ
Hmm.
निमेश पिठवा है.
So, so we can start, sir. I think so. We
Yes,
should
please.
start. So, my screen is visible. Good morning, all of you, and welcome in this training session of the YNOS platform. Before going in this detailed training session, I like to give two information to you. Earlier, we already conduct two training session. For the one is for the Dug Innovation Pro. So Dug is a Clearweight product. This is basically patent search database or the platform. In this platform looks like this one in after the login or the this on the platform, and what benefits can we get through this platform is the one of the feature is the AI search for the patent, and this through the AI search this actually this tool is trained on the platform for the deeper and the accurate patent search. So if you putting any query or the wording with some invention, so they can easily search the patent in their database. And this tool covers the more than 76 jurisdiction and the bibliographic data from the 109 jurisdiction covering the approx 168 million patent publication throughout the global. And they have some unique feature like invention abstract. So what are the patent on their platform or in their database, they created some invention abstract covering the description of the novelty, use, and advantage. And this abstract is created by the subject matter expert. And basically, through this abstract, anyone can easily understand the patent publication, those written in the very legal language. So through that abstract, they can easily understand the patent. And other than this one, they also have some patent litigation data. In this data, they summarize the litigation procedure going on the global. So, they provide their data in the summarized form, okay, what litigation is happening or what are the conclusion of that litigation. Apart from this Development Innovation Pro of the Clearweight product, this other with the Traction. So Traction is the startup and the investor platform, and this covers the global startup data. Approx 3.7 million startup covering the 2.7 million sector. And through this traction actually support the startup with the various strategic functions such as the industrial trends. If any startup want to know about their industry trend, they can go through this data. Another one is the funding round. So another one is the funding round. So any startup going for the different funding round, they can get the data from that one. And the third one is the competitive analysis. If any startup require the competitive analysis, they can get their this data from this platform. Okay, and they apart from the startup data, they also have an investor profile of the investor data. Through that, any startup can connect with the investor for their funding or for the investment. And one important function, important tool is just launched by this Traction is the live deal. So this live deal, through the live deal, they can raise the investment in any amount. So, and the last one is the merger and the acquisition opportunity. So if any startup requires some acquisition and the merger kind of thing, they can this platform can predict the respective stakeholder where they can merge or the acquisition can be happen. So this is about the Traction. So anyone require anyone require the specific training session for these both the Davent and the Traction, those can scan right now. And in this Google form, only 3 question is there. So easily 10 seconds it will take for the responding to this Google form. So I'm requesting all of you, if anyone require the training session regarding this Davent and the Traction platform, so they can scan and give the response on this one.
Okay, Dr. Ghanshyam, I'll just quickly come in.
Yes, sir.
Especially we know Dr. Neerav Chauhan. ये previous slide में जाइए ना.
जी सर.
नीरव आपको ये बहुत काम आएगा ट्रैक्शन वाला जो है इसके प्रीवियस स्लाइड में जाइए ना.
जी सर, वो anyhow not responding well. 1 second. हाँ.
सो इन्वेस्टर प्रोफाइल्स ये भी आपके काम का है. मर्जर एंड एक्विजिशन अपॉर्चुनिटीज ये सब आपके काम का है. तो ट्रैक्शन इज possibly amongst world's topmost investor platform. YNOS is also quite good, and that you will get to see it as how great it is today. But now we are entering deeper in deeper help to our startups. At the same time, Derwent is world's #1 in IP analysis. So we already have more than 230 or 240 plus filings from STBI and more than 130 awarded IPs. And in this context, we wanted to deepen our IP portfolio. This is where we found it interesting that we have connections or associations with all three: Derwent, Traction, and now YNOS. So with this, I'll appeal to all of you, those who are here right now and those who possibly later see the recordings, to please reach out to our team. Can we move to the next slide where this one? Please fill up this form and seek a session on Derwent or Traction. Yes, I'm done. Just tell me whenever you want me to welcome our friends from YNOS once they come.
Yes. So this is the online training session on the YNOS platform. So this session covers the introduction of the YNOS platform, and then the incubator benefit, incubated startup benefit, and real world example of the what value they can deliver to the any startup, and the question answer session. So I requesting Varun is there. I not see. So let me go with the query.
So YNOS is a very interesting organization. It is a startup. It has been formed in form of a startup mode, but it is done by a faculty of IIT Madras in Crest, IIT Madras, and you will get to see how deeply is it impacting the ecosystem. Our association with YNOS dates a couple of months from today, and we were looking forward to also extend the benefits to all startups. When I say startups, I also mean innovators. I see NVS Praneeth has joined in, and these are some number of innovators who are yet to form their startups, but it becomes imperative that they benefit out of the whole exercise, understand, make a deeper IP impact, make a deeper greater valuation of their startup, and thereby make a better impact in the ecosystem. So, yeah, Kancham.
So from the YNOS, he just have to join. So he joined actually. So Praveen is there. Yes. So Praveen, welcome from our team, Saudi Technology and Business Incubator. And I think I hand over the things this to the our director, sir, Anand Badalkar, sir, and he will welcome and then proceed further.
Hi, Praveen Raj, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Good morning,
Yes,
sir.
fine. Good morning and welcome. Now, this one is on a virtual mode, but we will look forward to welcome you also in person at STBI. तो आपका
Sure.
गुलदस्ता जो है वो उधार रहेगा and
Definitely, sir. My pleasure, sir.
right, and we also appeal you to through STBI reach out to this part of the world, this part of the country, and reach out to a large number of startups that we have, and how you can have a stronger foothold over here. So Praveen Raj has been a friend now for a little over a year now. He has been spearheading the BD division of YNOS, and Praveen obviously knows how fondly we have been talking about YNOS, and it took us a bit time to get YNOS onboarded, but then finally we are here. So thank you, Praveen, and we really look forward to a very meaningful session today.
Definitely, sir. My pleasure, sir, because we been in touch almost a year, and I really appreciate giving us this opportunity, and definitely we'll do the best for SAP Technology Business Incubator.
Thank you so much. The floor is yours.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'll quickly share my screen.
Yes.
I just quickly share, Praveen, that we also have some innovators, some who are yet to form their startups. They are in early stage. They already have some prototype. They are working on a prototype or something like this, and majority of them are those who already have their startups. But you could accordingly modulate your presentation. Thank you.
Definitely, sir. So thank you so much, sir, for giving a brief intro. And as you're aware, so this is the YNOS platform, and we are a one-stop shop for the Indian startup ecosystem. This is the kind of data that we have as on today, sir. So we are maintaining portfolio for 1,403 incubators as on today, with 111 government schemes, 900 plus banks and financial institutions who are helping to build this startup ecosystem. Then 2 lakh 60,000 around startup portfolio, which includes 4 lakh 34,000 founders. Then 12,400 plus angel investor, 5,600 plus venture capitals. So these are the data that we have presently on our platform, and we also update this data on a regular basis, so on a daily basis, monthly basis, quarterly basis. uh, and these are some of our flagship products. So I'll quickly show you how this products works, and then in the meantime I will also let you know what are the benefits that you will get from us. And in the meantime, I would also like to show you just like few. We have a large customer pool, and then out of which we have taken a few and showcasing here. So we have connected with almost 280 plus incubators and 300 plus investors who are actively using our platform, and 10,000 plus entrepreneurs and 200 plus research scholars, and 12 plus banks and financial institutions. So they are actively using our platform. In one way or other way, definitely you will get benefits out of these things. So, as an incubator, okay, so the main, so since we have associated and many incubators are using our platform, what is the purpose of them to use our platform is first, we are a data marketing intelligence platform. So we are not just only provide data, but more than that, we are providing data and also the handholding. Okay, so data on the startups. So if you see, we have around 260,000 startups, and we are tracking 300 variables like the awards that they have won, the brand name, the legal name, how many patents that they are published. In case if they're registered for trademark, those information would be captured. Their GST details, where they have registered, the state and the district, when they are founded, when was the last funding that they have received, and small information about this particular startup. For every startup, you have these information. So if the startup has been funded, so the funding information would be available, and also the revenue information would be available, plus the way how we can reach out to them. So these data would be available. And in case, so this startup has been incubated with many of the incubators. So from the past till the present, all incubators details would be available. And who are all the angel investor who has invested, who are all the venture capital who has invested. In case if this particular startup is has gotten any government funds, so those information would be available. Plus the banks, who has banks or financial institution who has invested debt funding on this startup. So why this data is important? Because so as a incubator, so you can scout startups using our platform. So when you're scouting startup, there are few incubators. What they do, they will scout startups from the initial stage, the ideation stage, prototype stage, and all. Some incubators, they will only incubate startups from the pre-revenue stage, like I mean the prototype ready, MVP, or they have a go-to-market strategy. So those kinds of startup. So this would be helpful to do the due diligence of the startup. So before even your team reaches a startup, they can understand the startup in a better way. And and mostly all incubators will only go for DPIIT registered startups. So if not your student startup, so the DPIIT registered startups would be available here, or angel tax exempted, income tax exempted, registered GST registered or non-registered startups, and also the sector wise. So this is very important and it plays a major role. Even if you're sector focused or sector agnostic, you can see all startups. So when you're going to focus only on AI and ML, so I can choose just AI and ML, and then if I click on request, I mean refresh, all the startups under the AI and ML category would be available here. So you can see all 12,447 startups here. So even though if you wanted to deep dive into it, so let's take Gujarat as an example. So when you take Gujarat, so you can see all the startups under Gujarat. So we have 538 startups under Gujarat, all AI and ML based startup. So if you're supporting this, you can download this in a CSV format, and then you can connect with them. So you can connect with them, you can see the revenue that they made, and connect with investors, connect with the incubators, similar incubators who are supporting these kinds of sectors. And also we have subsector, and even we also have a district wide classification. So so in Gujarat, so if you wanted to see any particular district, so let's take Ahmedabad. So we'll say how many startups that we have in Ahmedabad. So we have 244 startups, especially registered in Ahmedabad, all AI and ML based startup. So we can like break this, and then we can connect with those startups, and you can also incubate under your incubation center. And in the meantime, we will also get requests from startups, because on a daily basis, more than 4,000 plus visitors are visiting our like website. And then on a monthly basis, when we filter out almost 120 to 150 entrepreneurs who reaches us just to know that any vacancies are available in the incubators, so because they wanted to enroll under them. So like post subscription, we will also get your requirement. So whether you're sector focused or sector agnostic, what kind of sector that you what kind of sector that you really wanted to incubate, and we'll get all your criteria. So we will also shortlist startups, and we will send it to your team, where if you feel that they are potential enough, you can incubate. So this is one more option. And for your incubated startups, So post incubation, what we do, if you have a revenue making startup or pre-revenue making startup, so we do exclusive bid session. We can do exclusive bid session for your incubation center also, or when you do a group bid session both online and offline. The startups who are in the level of raising funds, you can refer us. I mean, from your incubator center, we will get their pitch deck. We have mentors there. They will evaluate pitch deck, and they will see whether I mean it's up to the level of the investor need. And we will also do some mentorship and webinars, how to raise funds, how to connect with investors, how to get government schemes. So those kinds of support also will be given from us directly. And so when there is an opening for any government schemes, especially for incubated startups, so we will send an email or campaign to your incubation center, and they can pass it down to the students. I mean, your incubated startups, and everyone will obviously everyone will get an access for the platform. So where they can directly register, they can use all these services. And we also maintain a portfolio for all of the incubators. I will also share an Excel where you can fill it and send it to us. Why that will be important? So out of 260,000 startups that we have, only 70,000, I mean, only 80,000 of the startups has been funded or they have been incubated. So the remaining startups are either looking out for a suitable incubation center or in the funds, I mean the investments or equity, debt investments or government funding. So when we have listed your portfolio here along with the contact details, so the startups will directly come and reach your incubator, and then they feel that if they wanted to incubate under you, so they can submit application and all. And when you also having any events, so if you wanted us to promote, you can send the marketing collaterals. So we have Discord group, we have email community, and then we have WhatsApp community, where and online social media platform community. So where we will also promote your like events, both online events, offline events. And if you wanted us to, if you're doing any cohort, if you wanted us to give you startups, we are happy to give you startups or investors also. So we have for IM Vishakhapatnam, IM Kozhikodu, so they have done some event and they wanted us to give some 30 to 50 VCs, and we have given. And I would also like to show you recently last week, uh, the education minister has a central education minister has launched this product, which is called One Innovation, the dashboard of startups and higher education. So the in India, so there are over 273 like initially, and now it was 404 higher education institute that we have. So we are tracking the complete higher education institution, and in this, these many incubators were there, and these many startups and the loans, and so this is a dynamic dashboard where the data gets updated on a real time, and the real time this dashboard would get changed. So you can also see how many incubation, I mean higher education that we have, and how many startups that every district of the Gujarat has from the higher education, the incubated startups. So those kinds of advantages that you will get. So we also done similar for a textile startup, and we are now doing for agriculture also and the IT sector also. So these would be very advantage. So your team can just come. If they're looking out for all textile based startup, they can just connect with the textile based startup, or else so now the trend is every investors, I mean every incubator, they are connecting group of they are maintaining a network of investors for their incubation center. So we are also providing their contact details. Your startups can directly send an email to them if they are looking out for investments, or else as an incubator, you can also connect with them, make a network, build a network with them, so that for all your incubated startups, when you have the list of 5 to 10 investors, so they will keep on investing on the early stage startups from your incubation center. And when we also get requests from the investor who wanted incubated startups who are in this particular sector or this particular state or city, so if you fall under, if your incubator fall under those criteria, we will directly reach out to the our incubator point of contact and we will take it forward. Likewise, we also have for similarly for angel investor, venture capital, and also the government fund. So we have 111 government fund. So Startup India Seed Fund scheme. So all the startups who gotten funds from this particular thing, so it will be available. And then so we will also do some webinars like how to apply for it, what is the eligibility criteria. So we'll also send a detailed emailer campaign to your incubation center and you can pass it over to your students. So this is what in general about the platform. So before giving you some real-time scenarios, I just wanted to ensure, do you have any queries on the platform?
Yes, Praveen. The just the previous segment that you talked about startups, which means you said that you can, if there are people interested, you will reach out directly to startups, which means our startups uh, need to put in their details onto this, right?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Uh,
So post
so at least
subscription,
post subscription.
here you can find an option called add your startup. Okay,
Yeah,
so
but then startup can directly also put in their details, right?
yes, sir. Startups can directly also put in their details, but we do not know. I mean, see, when the startup put in, they might update the incubator details, so we are not sure. So what we do for a safer side, we will collect the data in an Excel sheet, so just a normal data, and then we will upload it on our platform directly, so that if someone opens like your incubation center, so all the incubated startups would be available there. So I'll just show one example. So yeah, so this is the best example. So you can see RIITL, Somaya, and then you can see there are 194 supported startups. So all those startups would be available here. So if anyone wanted to see the progress of the incubator, they can see all the startups here. So at one point, we will link all your startups under your incubation center. So it's like maintaining a portfolio, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is very helpful when they add their startup, not only for the visibility, but also there is an option called My Recommendation. So the My Recommendation is under Angel Investor. So it will show them top 30 potential investor from their top 30 potential investor where this particular startup can reach out to them on the first basis. So these investors will nearly match. So the match percentage is 83% with the startup. So we also have their email address. Your startup can just click on personalized note. Predefined email template would be available here. And then even if they wanted to add few more points, so they can just add it and they can send an email to this particular investor. Like which they have an option to choose the investors and send an email to the investors. Yes, sir. So updating the portfolio is very important to get all the benefits.
Right. So
Any other questions, sir?
yeah. So my question is answered. If there are any other questions before Praveen Raj moves to the next segment, I'll request others to kindly. There are some questions in the question box, uh, in the chat box. Nimesh, can you unmute yourself and ask?
श्योर सर। मेरा ये क्वेश्चन था कि इन्वेस्टर्स में वी हैव सीन दैट मैनी इन्वेस्टर्स इन्वेस्ट इन स्पेसिफिक इंडस्ट्री और सेगमेंट, तो या तो उनका वो इंटरेस्ट होता है या उनका ऐसा नॉर्म्स होता है, तो वो वैसे कैन वी सर्च इन द प्लेटफॉर्म जो अभी आपने दिखाया कि वी कैन रीच आउट टू investors? This was my question.
We do. So when you take both angel investor and venture capital, so we have an option to select. So on startups, we selected AI and ML. So even here, so in case in your incubation center, so if you fall under AI and ML, you are an AI and ML incubator startup. So I can click on AI and ML, and all the investor who fall under this particular category would be there. So these investors are interested to invest on the AI and ML sector, and also in the past they would have invested in the AI and ML sector. So you can see prominent investment area AI and ML, and then he has invested in one AI and ML startups from Delhi.
Okay, okay, understood.
Yeah, and also you have an option to select the investor. So if you're from Gujarat and if you wanted to only connect with Gujarat-based investor, we have a separate filter for it.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then city-wise, and then the age. So maybe you might have a women entrepreneur. So she wanted to only connect with investor. So we
Ah,
also have a specific filter for them,
great.
and then based on education. So see, like most of, I mean, when compared to other incubators, if an incubator startups come from the top institutes like IITs or IIMs, so we will also have created a separate education category for them. And angel network, Chennai Angels, Mumbai Angels, Chandigarh Angels, and also industries. So when you take like specific industries like education, finance, health, information, communication, manufacturing, so we have mapped all the investors who fall under that particular industry. So it's very easy. So your incubator startups, they need not to break their head in identifying the investor. They can just come. It will hardly take a minute, not even a minute. They can just select the state and select what kind of sector that they belong to, and then they can see all the investors who has invested. And also we capture multiple email address when we have for those investors, and all are verified email addresses. And one more category we have added here. So active in the sense this investor is very active on investing. Responsive, so he responds to the email messages on a regular basis. So he will not ghost your startups without responding. Whatever yes or no, this investor will respond. So we have captured those response rate also, since we are the email will go from a platform. So this is one added advantage that we have.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah. So, if any additional questions, I'm happy to answer. If not, I'm sure.
ये जो प्लेटफॉर्म है इसमें हमें अपना प्रोफाइल बना के करना है. हाउ वी कैन एक्सेस ऑल दिस इंफॉर्मेशन?
See, we'll give an access. Like for incubator team and incubated startups, we'll give an access. So once the access has been given, so we'll get your email addresses. We will enable access in the backend. So your team can directly log in to a platform using the email address and the password, and they can enjoy all these benefits. So they can completely explore all the products, and then all the dashboards and other benefits also that we have. So, so I'll just take you through here. So, your incubated startups, so who has completed 1 year, okay? So, 6 months or 1 year based on the eligibility criteria that these companies has. So Freshworks will give some 1,000 USD credits, and they can use CRM and other sales service support based CRM for free for 1 year or 2 year. Zoho is giving few credits. HubSpot is giving a few credits. So if someone wanted to develop a product like a website or a phone or mobile application, so Cisco is giving few credits where they can get it for free, or they can just pay if the cost is 1,000 rupees, they can just pay 100 rupees or 200 rupees like that. And for patents and trademark, so we also signed up with Vakil Search, and we also have other partners also. And for payments and subscription, so if your startup incubator startup has started making revenue, so they are looking out for some payment gateway, they can offer Paytm or ChargeBee through us. So for almost 20 lakhs, there's 2 lakhs or 20 lakhs criteria So there is no transaction fee. They can do it for free. They have to only pay setting up cost, or even setting up cost also is free. So we have lot of benefits that your startups will enjoy here using the subscription templates.
Okay, so basically I have to go through this STVI center for accessing this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Praveen ji, hello.
Yes, sir.
Praveen ji, actually, I want to know whether I can search the impact investor from this or not.
EduTech investors.
Yes.
Yeah, you can. So we have EdTech. Click on refresh.
Okay.
So it will show all the EdTech investor.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So we have all the criteria mentioned here, the startup. So you can see like over 50 plus major sector classified as under Ministry of Corporate Affairs. All these major sectors will be available here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, welcome. Not only for investor, even for startups. So even for startups, we have the startup category. Will be very useful. So if you wanted to work only for government, so there's a government, fintech, edtech, game tech, health tech, manufacturing. We also have Meta.
Okay.
And can a startup be in multiple, uh, the same startup
You can,
in multiple filters or whatever you may call it?
you can, sir. So in startup background, you can select few. In founding team, you can select. In revenues funding, you can select. So if you only wanted a revenue making startups, so whatever that you wanted, you can just select and click on refresh. The data would be available here.
सर मेरा एक यहाँ पे ऑब्जर्वेशन है कि मैंने स्टार्टअप इंडिया पे रजिस्टर किया और काफ़ी जगह पे किया, तो ये जो आपने कैटेगरीज डिफाइन की, सर ने भी अभी वही क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड पूछा, तो कई जगह मैंने देखा है कि आई एम इनटू हार्डवेयर, तो स्टार्टअप इंडिया पे टेक्नोलॉजी हार्डवेयर है, कहीं पे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग है, कहीं पे टेक्नोलॉजी है, तो जैसे टीआरएल का एक स्टैंडर्डाइज फॉर्मेट है 1 से लेके 12 वॉट, तो ऐसा कहीं पे कुछ स्टैंडर्डाइज है कि ये सेक्टर है?
See, very good question. So as of now, even Startup India doesn't have that particular standardize, because one startup, they don't fall under one particular sector. The
Okay.
one sector would be major. So if you take a fintech company, okay, bank, so the fintech would be the major. So they also have other few subsector. So so they will manufacture products. So that will also be in the manufacturing. And and then they also do manufacturing related to agriculture. So
Okay.
they also fall under agri-tech. So what we do to avoid these confusions, so we have one major sector, and then we have categorized other things into subsector. So when you take AI and ML, you can see the subsector: AI, generative AI, intelligent system, machine learning, natural processing. I will also show you agri-tech and farming as an example.
Correct.
So when you take agri-tech and farming, so we have these many subsectors.
Yes. Okay.
So the major sector would be the agriculture, but these are also like subsector where the company is providing these services also, crop biologies, dairy farming, forestry, hydroponics, cattle, plant breeding goes on.
So sector and subsector, these two are the
Yeah.
things they define. Or one startup can be in many subsectors.
One startup can be in, yes, many subsectors. Yes. So one startup can be many subsector, because startup can do farm analytics. The same startup can also do plant breeding.
Correct. Understood.
Yeah. So we'll tag under them. But the sector is important. One sector we will mark, and the remaining we will mark it in the multiple subsector.
Yes.
So yes, like I was mentioning, so we have all these services would be applicable for all your incubated startups, even for cloud hosting. So if you wanted some storage in cloud, AWS, you can directly register and get for $1,000, and along with that, we have also some cloud hosting. And in addition to that, we also have many partners that we have tied up with. If you wanted to do a registering of your company or GST or tax violations, so lot of things that involves registering for patent or trademark. So every support that we do at a subsidized
Can
thing.
you give some example, and if especially there is anything available for free, please mention that first.
Okay, okay. See, post subscription, once we enable access, these things are available for free. So these works on based on the credit basis. So when you take Freshworks will give you approximately like 1 lakh rupees credits. So for what you can use CRM software marketing, so these kinds of services which are available. So I'll just show you the YNOS benefits. Yeah. So these are all like free information that you can use it through our platform. They will give credits when you meet their eligibility criteria, like you should be with the incubator for 6 months or 1 year. Every of these, they have a different eligibility criteria. Some will say you have to incubate for 6 months, some will say you have to incubate for 1 year, and the validity of the product that you use for Freshworks would be like 1 year or 2 years. For Zoho, 2 years, Freshworks 1 year. So it varies, the eligibility criteria varies, but all these would be like definitely free of cost. And also the products that you use, so you can also, there are few solutions also available. So I'll just show you for startup. So when you take a startup, and then if you wanted to view a detailed report, so whatever that we have seen here, in addition to that, if you wanted to have a detailed report of this particular startup, you can just click on PDF. For every startup you have this, not only for startup, even for investors, angel investor, venture capital, everything we have. So one detailed report would be given for this startup. So where it has the startup name, legal name, a brand name, and all these things, and the incorporation type, SIN number. So we have categorized this thing into different section. Section A will have the founder information, their name, age, education detail, experience detail. Section B will have the incubation or acceleration details from the day one till
So
now.
interestingly, we are an investee in this startup that you are showing,
Oh, okay, okay, good,
but
good to hear.
we do not see ourselves over there. So mm,
On this particular startup, sir.
yes, Esendras is
It is there, sir. Bayrek, is it?
no, not Byra. STBI के नाम से होगा. Shuvonil Esendras जो है ना.
So we have 1 year, Samriddhi scheme, and then we have RKVY star
And
scheme.
what I'll do is maybe because we were talking about that, uh, uh, if we can go a bit more structured, you were talking about the benefits that are available to startups under those various services. So if you could log in from a startup ID, because what the ID that you have logged in is uh, your IIT Madras admin. So how does that look like, and how can startups avail those benefits?
Sir, startup also will get the same access, sir. Okay,
Okay.
the same dashboard they will get. So they will get an access for investors. They'll get access for government funding, debt funding, and incubators. And they'll also get access for all these benefits, because we have created this on the basis of startup that startups wanted to use. So yeah, they'll get, so this is the dashboard that you can see that startup also will see. They can directly connect with them, and
So Praveen,
on a monthly basis. Sorry, sir.
So, Praveen, this is the difference between the regular and the light access kind of thing. So,
Hmm.
this
Okay,
is
okay.
mentioned in the proposal. That's why.
Okay, sir. So for regular and light, so there are two things that we will be providing for the teams. So the whole startup team, they will get an access for the all the products that as mentioned. So whatever that the login that I am showing here now,
The
and
whole the startup,
for the no
the
no
whole
sir, all the
whole the
startups.
incubation team.
Yes, sir. The incubation team will get an access for all the products mentioned here: startups, angel investor, venture capital, government funding, debt funding, incubators, everything. The whole products, whole solution, benefits, resources, everything would be available for you. So for your incubated startups, okay, they will also get an access for all these things except the startup product. So
Except
this
the
startup product
No, can you
alone.
come back? Can you come back? Did not
Yes,
understand.
sir. Yes, sir.
In light?
So, yes, sir. In light subscription, okay, I mean the light access, that means for your incubated startups, they will get access for the whole platform except the startup product.
Okay.
They can access up to 10 startups at a time, sir. Because for them, startups is not of importance. So, for an incubated startup, they wanted their major goal is to connect with the investors to get investment or connect with banks or government funds to get investments. So, we will
So,
not, sorry,
yeah,
go ahead, sir.
yeah. So then consider that if our incubator has, say, roughly 300 startups being mentored right now, inclusive of those ones who graduated or who
Mhm.
have exited, uh, then all 300 can be treated at par, right? Or there is a, uh, I mean, and we can give access to all 300 like that, or how will you look at it?
See, sir, that is up to your choice, sir. We will also give an option or open option here. So, if you wanted to give us the full access to your incubated startups or your graduated startups or your alumni startups, where they can even see this startup platform, we can do it. Or if you wanted to hide this startup and give the other, because the basic need for a startup is to connect with investors. Okay,
Correct.
so so if you wanted them to just go with the giving a light access to the startup, except the startup product, they can access all other products, all the benefits and subscription, all
So
the
in
solution
our
and the products.
subscription, I'm trying to understand in our subscription of YNOS, how many, is there any limit of number of startups that we will be able to, or all our
No, no, sir.
300 startups can be
All
accessed?
all your 300 startups can get an access for a platform, and in the meantime, this subscription is valid for 12 months. So as on today, so let's take example, you are processing payment tomorrow. So we are giving an access by tomorrow. So tomorrow you might have 300 startups, but in the next month, if you take using a platform, you have like extra 50 startups that you added.
Hmm.
So in addition to this 300, those 50 startups also will get an access. And
Okay.
in next 2 months, you also have like 500 startups. So those startups also will get an access. So there is no restriction. But the thing is, they should be your incubated startups. So
Okay.
whether they are graduated,
So this
sorry,
is
sir.
wording is mentioned in the proposal. This is the multi-user access to the all startup supported by STVI. So
Yes.
this is the no upper limit of that one. So this is the
There is no,
description of it.
no, sir. There is no upper limit on that, sir.
Yeah,
Even
got
if
it.
you have 1,000 incubated startups, everyone will get an access.
Right,
That's
right, right.
fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
please
So
proceed.
no
Yeah.
Yeah, please go
restrictions.
ahead.
Yes. Uh, so I was showing this the report. So here also you can see the financial report for minimum 1 year, maximum you can see up to like 10 years based on the data available. And we also have some comparison. So we have taken this particular startup, and if you wanted to do the competitive analysis of this particular startup to the other startups. So these are the similar startups which are similar to this SNRAS systems. So you can see all these data available here. So and
Is this competitor analysis, yeah, kind of other thing?
Yes, sir. It's a competitor analysis. So we have done some benchmark based on metrics, based on founders, based on investors, sir. The
Okay.
competitor analysis. And also there is one more
But then,
intelligence.
as I said, it is not updated
Yeah.
because we have also invested more than a year from now. So, which
Hmm.
means that it is not updated for almost a year. So, I'll request you to kindly look into this matter. Okay.
We'll definitely do it, sir. We'll definitely do it because we update fund on a daily basis, sir. If a startup is getting funded today, I'll just open and show you an example. On the same day, we will update it on a platform. So there is an exclusive product called Insight, so which is an dynamic dashboard where it shows where it shows the complete startup ecosystem data here. So let's take a DPID register startups and AI and ML sector. So yes, sir. So this kind of dynamic dashboard would be available for everyone to access. So it will show you how this 8,000 startups, DPIIT registered startups of AI and ML is spread across the demographic and the year of incorporation and the recently funded startups from the AI and ML. So you can see all the startups has been funded this month. So whether they have government scheme or angel investor, venture capital, we'll capture everything. But and also the other details also where this investor spread across and so where the startup subsector for AI and ML, how the position has been there, and for the investors also. So this would be available as a download as an image. So if you are doing any presentation, you can just download these data and add it in your
Machine same હોય
presentation.
તો ચાલે પણ
Yes, sir. So this is in detail demo about our presentation. So I'm stopping here and I'm happy to take forward any questions that you have.
सर अभी आपने जो दिखाया लाइव इंडेक्स तो उसमें आप यू सेड के उसमें एक दिन का भी अपडेट है बट इसके पहले जो सर ने कंपनी बताई वेयर ही दे हैड इन्वेस्टेड तो वो रिपोर्ट का डेटा इसी से निकल के आता है इज इट द सेम द सोर्स ऑफ बोथ द डिटेल्स इज सेम
See, that's what I wanted to check with the team because sir was telling under
आई थिंक
STPI.
हाँ हाँ यस तो वो
Yeah,
कंपनी का आप अभी ये भी देख लेना था ये आप लाइव में कि वो जो कंपनी है तो वी कुड हैव नो कि उसमें है कि नहीं
yeah, definitely. I'll check with the team because every government fund, every fund that we get, because I've shown an example also, we'll update it. I'm not sure how it got missed, or they might be under STPA also. So I'll just check in the backend and then probably post this. I will just send an email like on that particular startup, SNRAS systems.
ये अभी मैं पैरेलली देख रहा था तो इसमें कुछ ग्रांट्स की भी डिटेल्स है जो गवर्नमेंट ग्रांट्स होती है तो उसका भी कोई स्ट्रक्चर डेटा मिलता है यहाँ पे
So in this line, please, Praveen, share the screen again and explain the valuation and the grant feature available in the YNOS platform particularly. So
Definitely, sir, definitely.
first grant, how we can proceed for that one? What information we can get from this platform, and the second one, the startup valuation. So if take example of this SRNS system, and then proceed further.
I'll do it, sir. I'll definitely do it.
And
So,
I'll quickly, because you have opened this Siddhar's thing, so I'll just mention that. I just wanted to inquire that is it dependent on whether the startup discloses this information, or irrespective of that, your team all keeps on updating things.
see, we have both primary and secondary source of data. Okay, the primary source is where we reach the startup investor incubator, and we also connected with like startup state initiative, like Startup TN, Startup Kerala, Karnataka Digital Economy Mission, where we will get the data directly, we will update it. So there are few cases where some startups and investors, they do not want to disclose a few things, and they do not want to give visibility to those information. In those things alone, we will not show the data, but we will collect the data, we will have it in the backend. Here, if you can see on this particular SNRAS systems, so we can see that is SD Science and Technology Park Pune. It has been incubated, and but I just wanted to know under what name you have given them grants, sir. So
So
is it
it is under
Pyrex Seed Fund.
Pyrex Seed Fund. Okay.
So we have here BIREC like government fund in 2019 that they have got. So in 2020 we have got this BIREC seed fund. So is this that you have invested?
No. So this 2019 that says 5 million, that could be BIG Biotech Ignition Grant. But this 3 million of 2020 seems to be something else. This is not the one that is given by STBI.
So
And
3
this
million
one-
is 30 lakhs, right?
30 lakh, but this
Yes, sir.
seed fund can be given only once to a startup. It cannot be given twice. So this has to be something else, some other funds that they would have raised from.
नहीं, उसके बाद तो BIG के बाद सीड मिल सकता है, लेकिन
But
सीड फंड भी
seed
है।
2 बार नहीं मिल सकता ना सर? सीड फंड एक ही बार मिलेगा जो अपने ने दिया
नहीं, उनका कहना ये है that it is mentioned as BIRAC seed fund, but without name of STBI.
Also the date, it was not Jan 2020.
Oh,
It's a March 2023, I think so.
Oh, March 2023.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, sir, fine. I
and
have
no, can you go back to that 2021 seed fund? No, this one. Yeah, this one. January 2020. Any further information is available from over here? No, no.
Yeah, we have it in the backend, sir. Maybe after the call, we'll download a detailed report and then we can send it over, sir, for any clarifications.
Please do. Otherwise, please continue with what you were doing.
Definitely, sir, definitely.
Government
So
funding
just-
and the evaluation.
Yeah. So the government funding, so we have 111 government funding, and then so we also built a separate filter for it. So the state government filter, central government filter, and central government public undertaking. So if you wanted to look into all the state government scheme, so only state government will appear and central government will appear, and the startups that they support. So if you are an AI and ML startup, so and then if you wanted to see what are all the eligible government fund that falls under this AI and ML startup. So there are 64 exclusive government schemes which are applicable for the AI and ML sector. So let's take for agri-tech. So there are 60 exclusive government schemes which are available for the agri-tech and farming. So
Please
if
go
you have
down. Please go down and elaborate this one. Key, what are the things available?
Yeah.
Details of the scheme.
Definitely. So we'll have the point of contact, email address, and phone number. So if your incubated startups wanted to avail the scheme, okay, and if they are eligible, but if they wanted to know the basic procedure, or even if they have any queries, so they can write and direct email to this particular point of contact for this scheme, and they can get clarified it. And then they can see all the startups supported under this particular scheme. So when I scroll down, so they have an option to see sector wise classification here, and then like a city wise classification here. So all 7,000 startups will be available here who has availed this particular scheme. So these information will be available, and in addition to that, we will send an emailer to your incubator stating when it has opened and the open and the close date of this particular startup, the particular scheme, and what is the eligibility criteria, and how they can apply, the links and everything. We will send it to your incubator point of contact, and they can just share it with the your incubator startups who are eligible to apply for the scheme. And like there are a few people who will conduct webinars also, where they will guide them how a startup can apply for scheme, and what are the things that they should keep in mind before applying for the government fund, the eligibility and all. So when we host those kind of webinar, we will also send a link to your point of contact, and they can share it with the incubated startups, where they can join those informative webinars, and they can get clarified all the queries. So these are the major information that we'll get under the government schemes.
Okay, right. So what about the startup valuation? How this data is available on the platform?
So startup valuation, we have a basic valuation tool that we have designed. Okay.
Yes.
So when you enter all your startup details there, okay, so I've shown you uh, a page. So where you have an option to add your startup. So once you add your startup, based on the information that you key in, it will give you an uh, rough estimation for the valuation. So this is your present valuation, and how much you can ask to the investor, and the mean sharing percentage for the investor and everything. So now I think we are again revamping this product in next 2 weeks. Okay, and then
So
we will.
if I take the SRNS system as a example, so anyone can value based on this one? Okay,
Yes,
SRNS
yes, sir.
itself only can value, see the valuation.
See, any startup can value, use this, and then they can get benefits. So, but
So
they want
please,
to
if able
add their
to,
information.
please you able to do this with the SRNS system, yeah, any other example. So this is more understandable and
So, like once your incubated startup have registered on a platform, they have to key in all the basic information, like the startup sector, when they have registered, whether they have registered those information, whatever the financial that they have incubated, they have gotten funded, what stage they are in. So there are some 20-30 questions would be available. They have to key in there. Once they key in there, they can directly come to solution, click on determine your startup valuation. So these things will be available here. So this you can adjust. Okay, it will show based on today's value, this is the funding required for your company based on the data that you key in. So maybe I don't require 76 million, so I only require like 30 million. So I can just reduce it. I can play with the data here, and then it will show you the estimated mean post valuation. I can also share the how this as we have arrived in the back end, so you can also have a knowledge about it. And then the percentage can be shared with the investor.
so please address the sub chat box question. So that question is the NVS Pranit is the a startup cannot access other startup information from this dashboard, but they can view in their detailed analysis PDF about their competitor. This is the
Mhm.
initial background. So what all the information of their competitor are ethically available for the analysis? So what information of the competitor is available on the their
And
PDF and
yes, so Pranit, do you want to unmute yourself and ask? And what I will also request is, you gave this example, but maybe through some other example, if you can explain this valuation thing all over again. So what happens? Some startups will be able to get some tentative idea of their valuation, right?
Mhm.
Uh,
Yes.
So Praneeth, do you want to unmute yourself and ask, please? Oh, his microphone is not working. So that is why. But there is a previous question. So the regular update must be provided to you by startup, or the startup can update the funding they received from outside of YNOS platform listed investors, and that is how you get it. So that was the previous question, and then the second one that Dr. Ghanshyam read out for you.
Hold on 1 minute, I'm just reading the question.
Yeah, no problems.
Yeah, the startup can also directly update their information on our platform. And in case, there are two options always. A startup can come and directly update it, or else, if they do not have time, and then if they do not know how to update, they can just, anyhow, like post subscription, we will send an Excel to the incubator where they can fill all the basic details, and then we will update it from the backend. Once we update it from the backend, the startup can just log in to the platform and they can access the whole data which are available on the platform. So for the due diligence, so when I talk particular about this, the valuation estimation, so what we actually do, sorry, I think I've stopped my screen. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes. It's not visible right now.
Now it is not visible.
Oh,
It was visible earlier.
got it. So I think now it's visible. Yeah. So see, this valuation this valuation estimator will give the approximate value based on what the present value of that particular company. So we'll ask some 20 to 25 questions like the brand name, legal name, registered date, if they've raised fund, if they have incubated. So when they have raised fund, when they have incubated, if they got government scheme. So all those major information that we will get it. So once your startup update these information on our platform, so we have an algorithm. So we have built a definite calculation behind this valuation tool. This has been done by a co-founder and ex-CEO, Dr. Ramesh Kurwa, who's presently a faculty of entrepreneurship at IIT Bombay. So he has actually built this product. So once we key in all the information, it will show what is the present funding that this startup is required based on the information that they have keyed in. Okay, and then we can adjust it based on our requirement. So let's take, if I'm very early stage and then I do not even have a prototype, so then I cannot go ahead and ask them 76 million. So you can reduce it, and then based on this particular thing, so it will also show you the value, and then how much the share percentage can an investor will accept. So these are all like negotiable. So investor might even ask 10%, 20% the equity, but an incubator can speak, or an incubator startup can speak, and then the minimum percentage can be somewhere around 3 to 7%, where an investor will close the deal. So those are available. And then any sort of additional information that is required. So we will also do some webinars. We will also do some mentorship also on how to evaluate a company. Okay, based on
So
what?
please, this is written here, estimated valuation for the book Somatic. So book
Yes, sir.
Somatic is the startup.
It's a startup, sir. It's a startup.
Okay. So on the what are the input given by the book Somatic in their profile? This whole thing happen here, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if any startup have a login of the light access, and then he want to just see the valuation of other startup, they can do this thing.
No, no, sir. You cannot see the valuation of other startups. You can only see the valuation of your particular startup.
So, but you are not a book Somatic startup.
No, no, this is my startup. Booksomatic is my startup. So that's
Okay.
why I can see my startup.
Okay, okay, in your profile or in your
Yeah,
login.
yeah. So this is my particular personal startup, and
So
then
what
that's
about the
why.
regular
Yes.
access? If the regular access is for the any incubator team, so they can have a seat of the valuation of the all the startup in their portfolio kind of thing.
Mm, No, no, sir. Valuation is something where startup feels that is confidential, and it is not publicly shown, the valuation report, because due diligence and valuation have lot of the information that is collected would be like confidential, their financial data and other company data. So it is not visible publicly here, sir. So if you are a startup, or if you own a startup, only your company valuation can be shown here, sir.
Okay, but it ultimately depend on the method of the valuation. So
I
this is
can
the
share the method also,
method.
sir, and under
Yes,
what method this is built. That's what I
yes,
told. It's been built by your co-founder and ex-CEO. So we
yeah.
will get the methodology, and then definitely we will share it with you, sir.
Okay, okay. So any further question related to this platform? I think no such question.
Uh, just keep checking in the chat box because
Yes, yes. This is the last question about the from the NVS Pranit.
Yeah, I have also checked the chat box, so there are no open questions available. And anyhow, so even post which, okay, anyhow, we will plan one more demo, like post subscription. So we'll plan a demo where you can invite all your incubated startups who wanted to use this platform. So we'll give a detailed demo how to register, how to use filters, how to use products, how to send email to investors. So in a detailed way, we will plan for like one or two more demos. If you have more number of participants, we split them into like 50-50, and then we will do different demos, sir.
Right,
can
right.
we try and do it in person at Savli or Ahmedabad?
Sadly, okay, sir. So I will, I mean, usually we do it online. Definitely, I will just check with the company, and then I'll get back to you, sir.
Sure.
Okay. So okay, thank you, Praveen, to enlighten us about this platform, and thank you, Dr. Sir, being present here in
Okay.
this meeting. So thank you, all of you. So if you have any such question, please you can send an email to me, and I can forward to the Praveen. Or if
Uh,
anyone require the
Kancham,
platform link, yes, sir.
can you also check in the comment box of YouTube if there
Just a
are
moment, just
unanswered
a moment.
questions? Because this is
Uh,
being relayed on YouTube
yes.
as well, the
So
organizations.
so as such, no sir, question is here. Live
Okay,
check.
okay.
Okay. Okay. I think we have to sign out the thing. Okay, I am the ending the this meeting right now.
Sure.
Okay, so thank you once again, Praveen. I'm
Yes,
Yeah.
looking
sir.
forward to
My
a,
pleasure, sir.
a long and meaningful relationship. Thank you so much.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. Thank you so much for giving this beautiful opportunity, and thank you, Kancham sir, for hosting this.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.